Welcome to My Entrepreneurial Journey, the podcast that's all about real stories and real strategies for women entrepreneurs over 40 who are ready to grow their businesses with purpose and authenticity. I'm your host, Yaritza Baez, and on this show, we mix deep dive conversations with inspiring guests who share their entrepreneurial journeys alongside actionable advice tailored to help you navigate your own. Whether you are tuning in to learn practical tips or listening in for inspiration, each episode is designed to meet you where you are in your journey. So, if you're ready to leave behind the overwhelm and start building a business that reflects who you are, hit subscribe and join me each week for insights that empower your entrepreneurial path. Welcome to My Entrepreneurial Journey, where we believe that building a business shouldn't cost you your well-being. I'm your host, Yaritza Baez, and today we're diving deep into something I see affecting so many women entrepreneurs in their 40s and 50s, the overwhelming pressure to do enough when building a business in midlife. So, before we jump in, I want you to take a moment and check in with yourself. How many times this week have you asked yourself, am I doing enough in my business? Or shouldn't I be further along by now? If you are nodding your head, this episode is especially for you. So let me introduce you to your hero of this story. And that's you. You're a woman in your 40s or 50s who finally took the leap to start that business you have been dreaming about. You bring decades of experience, wisdom, and skills to the table. You started this journey because you wanted more freedom, more purpose, and finally use your voice on your own terms. You didn't make this decision lightly. You have likely spent years, maybe decades, in careers where you play by someone else's rules. You have navigated office politics, good God, I know about those. Balance work with raising families, care for aging parents, that's me, or manage other significant life responsibilities. Starting your business was an act of courage and self-belief. But somewhere along the way, something changed. That freedom you thought. It's been challenged by a new kind of pressure, one that's even more insidious than what you left behind. So you are probably bombarded with messages about what a successful business should look like. Because, oh my God, there is plenty of that out there. You should be on every social platform. You need to master the algorithm. You should be hitting those 10K months right out of the gate. Your email list should be growing exponentially. You need to be networking, podcasting, blogging, and creating content constantly. Yeah, I have seen those comments, advice, all the lot. I have seen the lot, believe me. And when you inevitably can do all these things because no single human could, you start to feel like you're failing, like you are already behind. And I have been there. So this pressure shows up everywhere. In the quiet comparison, scrolling late at night, in the overscheduled days trying to prove you're committed, in the exhausting search for the right strategy that will finally make everything click. I bet some of you have been there or are in there suffering that right now. So this is where I come in. Not as someone who has all the answers, because I don't, but as someone who has walked this path with dozens of women in circumstances just like yours. I've been there at some point or another. So what's the alternative? Let me offer you a different approach. One that honors your experience, your life circumstances, and your values. First, we need to reconnect with definition of success. And that's different for every person. Not what some, I don't know, 28-year-old marketing guru is selling on Instagram, but what success genuinely means to you or for you at this stage of your life. And again, that's different for everyone. So I'm going to share with you 3-step process I walk my client through. And number 1 is reset your expectations. Acknowledge that sustainable business growth takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. And if you see that a lot seems to be like it happens overnight, it actually took years of the behind the scenes work that you don't get to see. Number 2, reclaim your business vision. Revisit why you started this business in the first place. What kind of lifestyle were you trying to create? What impact do you want to have? How does that translate to practical business goals? And I'm going to be very honest with you here. You will have to ask yourself that from time to time, because when the going gets tough, it's like we start questioning ourselves, like, do I really want to continue to do this? Is it supposed to be this hard? So those are the moments when you're gonna have to go back and ask, like, your why. Why am I doing this? And then number 3 is create a sustainable growth strategy. Build a business plan that works with your energy, your available time, and your priorities, not against them. Everybody's different. For example, I am a weekend entrepreneur. So the heavy lifting of growing my business happens over the weekend. And then during the week, a lot of what I do is obviously get on calls with clients, networking, and all of those things. Because I have all the things also, until very recently, I was taking care of my mom, and she was very ill, especially for the last 4 months, and then she passed away this past month on April. So I have to slow down a lot, and my energy got depleted because of that dynamic. So, like I said, it's different for everyone. If you're feeling the weight of this pressure, I want you to start with one simple but powerful step. Give yourself permission to grow with intention, not pressure. I know it's hard to do, but it's what actually works. And I'm talking, from working with different clients and from my own experience. When you release the pressure to perform according to someone else's timeline or definition of success, everything changes. You start making decisions from a place of clarity rather than anxiety. And I'm going to tell you this, because of what I lived for the past 4 months, I felt like, oh my God, I'm getting behind. And I no longer have the time to work on my business like I was doing it, because I was, taking care of my mom was consuming more of my time. And so not just that, but the emotional roller coaster, if you put it that, just to put it that way, that it takes, all of that, it did depleted my energy. So it's and everybody have different dynamics. So keep that in mind. It just happens. So imagine going back to this, to building your business from a place of clarity rather than anxiety. I want you to imagine waking up every morning knowing exactly what your priorities are. Not because some business guru told you, but because they align perfectly with your values and your vision. Imagine building a business that generates the income you need while still giving you time for the people and passions that matter the most to you. So imagine the confidence that comes from knowing you are building something sustainable, something that can grow and evolve with you for years to come. That is what I do. I imagine that every single morning. Every single morning without fail. So, what is the alternative anyway? Continuing to chase strategies that weren't designed for you? Burning out, trying to be everywhere and do everything? I don't think so. Eventually, questioning whether entrepreneurship is even right for you. That comes to mind to a lot of people. When the real problem was never your business idea or your capabilities, but the unsustainable expectations you were holding yourself to. That is where the problem lies. And think about this quote from Maya Angelou, wisely said by her. You can only become truly accomplished at something you love. And it's hard to love your business when it's constantly making you feel inadequate, So, you didn't come this far. This is what I want you to keep in mind. That you didn't come this far through all your life and career experiences just to recreate the burnout and the hustle you left behind. Because for that, you just go back and get another job. You came to build something meaningful and sustainable. And here's what I know for sure after working with women just like you. The businesses that last aren't the ones that grow the fastest right out of the gate. They are the ones built on solid foundations, aligned with the founder's genuine strength and value, and grown at a pace that allows for learning and adaptation. So, you are not actually behind. You are exactly where you need to be on your unique journey. And that is where I want to put the emphasis. You are exactly where you need to be on your unique journey. Thank you for joining me today. If this resonated with you, please share this episode with another woman entrepreneur who might need to hear this message. Until next time, keep building sustainably and on your own terms. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you for tuning in to my entrepreneurial journey. I hope today's episode gave you insights and inspiration to fuel your business journey. Remember, whether you are just starting out or looking to grow, you are not alone on this path. We are building our dreams together one step at a time. If you enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you feel inspired, leave a review or share this episode with a friend who could use a little extra motivation. Until next time, keep pushing forward and bringing your unique vision to life.